Hey guys, injury lawyer Scott DeSalvo here, and in today's video, I want to talk to you about the number one secret to success for a quick, stress-free, max value result in your injury case. In other words, maximum money as fast as possible with as little hassle and stress for you. And it's just something that I was thinking about yesterday, so I thought I'd shoot you a video on it today. And basically what it comes down to is I get a lot of phone calls from people who get hurt at work, or they're involved in a car crash, or they get hurt on somebody's property, or they're walking down the street minding their own business and they get bit by a dog, whatever it is. Those are the kinds of cases I handle. But they call me for a free consultation, which anyone can do and which I'm happy to do. And there's a common thread that I see. The common thread is more and more people are doing one of two things. One, a lot of them are just not contacting a lawyer right away. And the other group of people just call a TV lawyer. They just see an ad for TV, or they see a guy on a billboard and they just call. And I want to talk to you about both of those. The truth is, the number one secret to a stress-free, maximum cash in your pocket as fast and as stress-free as possible, first, is to get a free consultation with an actual lawyer. And with an actual lawyer who knows injury law, if you're calling about injury law. So in the state of Illinois, there's no requirement or no... it doesn't make lawyers get any special sort of certification to do injury law. In other words, anyone with a law license can advertise or represent that they are an injury lawyer, right? So because that's the case, you call a lawyer's office and they, advertise for a lot of different things. Maybe they do criminal law, or maybe you call the lawyer for real estate closing. That doesn't necessarily mean that they know how to handle injury cases or they're up on all of the most recent law, right? So I'll give you, for example, if you put a gun to my head and made me do a real estate closing, I could do it. Would I catch some things that a seasoned real estate lawyer definitely would catch, or would probably catch easy? Possibly. If you had questions, would you want me to answer them, or would you want a seasoned real estate lawyer to answer them, right? Or another, for example, if you're going to go to jail. Now look, I've done a couple of criminal trials way early in my career, and it was when I was a young lawyer and I didn't really know what I was doing, and my bosses at the time just threw me in there, and I did a good job, and the client was real happy, and in one of them, the judge complimented me, which felt very good as a young lawyer who didn't know what he was doing. I mean, I got both of my clients off the hook on both, so that's good, I guess. But, the idea is you want an attorney with experience in injury law, and if you consult somebody, even on a billboard, a lot of times what I'm seeing a pattern emerge is you never get to talk to a lawyer, ever, at any point. I get people who started out with a billboard or a TV lawyer, and they say, oh, well, they told me it was a really good case, they told me it was worth a lot of money, and now 2 years later, there's a crummy offer, and if I don't want it, they don't want to be my lawyer anymore. And I'm like, well, what did the lawyer say? And they're like, well, we didn't talk to the lawyer, it was a secretary. So literally these people went their whole case with never talking to a lawyer. And that's what you're getting these days at a lot of law firms, because they're trying to save money by not hiring lawyers and instead hiring, secretaries and paralegals to do a lot of the work. There's nothing wrong with that. I rely on my secretary and paralegal quite a bit, but the difference is I am actually on top of my cases. I actually handle the cases myself. And when my secretary or paralegal calls somebody, you can bet that it's because we just had a meeting about your case. So beware of that. If a lawyer's never looking at your case, not managing your case, it would make me a little nervous to run my office that way. And then the other thing is just waiting to talk to a lawyer is just a bad idea. Boy, I have heard from so many people just this year who called me and said, yeah, I was in a big accident. Oh, it happened 2 months ago. And they'll tell me like, oh, I'm hurt really bad. My neck has never been the same. And I'm like, okay, well, from the scene of the crash, did you go to the doctor? No, I didn't want to go to the doctor. My boyfriend picked me up, or my wife picked me up. Okay, well, did you go the next day or the next day? No, I just been, trying to take care of it at home, but it keeps getting worse. I'm like, okay, well, did you go to your family doctor? No, I don't really, I'm in between family doctors. So my point is, like, had these folks called me closer in time, all this advice is in my other videos anyway, right? But had somebody contacted me earlier, I would be like, you need to get into a doctor to document your injuries. There's really two reasons why you need to do it. One is there's no illness or disease or problem with your body that benefits from waiting to see a doctor. You're always better off knowing what the problems are, and the earlier you talk to a doctor and get checked out, the more treatment and better treatment options you usually have. So the second reason is, of course, that it really hurts your case. I mean, imagine you're on a jury and somebody says, oh, I'm hurt so bad, I want to go to court and sue somebody. Oh, and by the way, I was hurt so bad, I didn't go to the doctor for the first 2 months. Boy, they better have a real good reason for not, I mean, we're not talking about 2 hours, 2 days, or even 2 weeks. We're talking about 2 months from the date of the crash they claim hurt their neck to the time they first go to a doctor. So my point is, talking to a lawyer, understanding the process, will help you make a stronger case, and it ultimately helps you avoid the pitfalls that destroy the value of your case. And incidentally, that's why I shoot all these videos anyway. And at this point, I think I'm way over 100 videos explaining different details about injury law so that injured people can understand the process and not make these mistakes. But there's 6 or 8 million people in the Chicagoland area, and not everybody can watch my videos, although I wish they would. So anyway, that's the number one trick, the number one key. And I know it's self-serving. It sounds like, oh, of course, DeSalvo wants us to call him even if we're not ready. No, I want you to call me when you're ready. And I want you to understand that you can call me or any other injury lawyer that you feel comfortable with. Almost everybody gives a free consultation. If they don't give a free consultation, my advice is hang up the phone and talk to a lawyer who does. But anyway, my point is, free consultation, you will avoid making mistakes. And, every year this business gets more and more complicated. And every year insurance companies come up with more and more loopholes to reduce or eliminate what they have to pay you. In other words, pay you zero or pay you very little. So I don't want people to fall into those kinds of traps. So if you need a consultation, or anyone who's been injured in an accident, I'm happy to talk to them. My number is 24 hours, 7 days a week, every day of the year, anytime, day or night. 312-500-4500, 312-500-4500. And I've got a bunch of good tools on my website. I've got a case cash value calculator. In other words, what's the cash value of my case? How much is my case worth? What am I going to get out of my case? 10 or 15 seconds and clicking a couple of answers to some questions, and you get an estimate. I'll leave a link in the description down below for that. I've got a do I have a good case calculator? Very common question. No one to talk to. It's a tool on my website. I'll leave the link down below. And I'll also leave a link down there that if you enjoy my videos and you want to help me out, you can leave me a 5-star review on Google. Definitely will help my law firm. and I'd really appreciate it. Anyway, if you have a question you'd like to see answered on video, you can just leave a comment in the section, in the comments section below. Leave the question that you want answered on a video. And otherwise, you can email my office at service@desalvolaw.com. You can email us your question there as well. So thanks for watching. I hope you have a great day, and take care.